Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of what are those destructibles, when do I use them, and what are the best ones? I don't know, I haven't come up with a name for this episode, but it doesn't really matter. Last episode we did Clubhouse, this episode we are doing Chalet. You're probably wondering what the new background is behind me. I'm currently in Paris, France, oui baguettes, and that means that there's a different background behind me, but it doesn't matter. Let's get into my favorite destructibles here on Chalet. So one of the most important smoke pipes that is on the Chalet map is probably this one towards main stairs. You can have a look at it right there. And the reason that I think this one is the most important, hey, enough of the PSG talons, enough. We'll talk about that later, don't worry. This one's so important because not only do you get to block a really important line of sight, but it gives you an opportunity to focus on all of the other angles when you come into main. I mean, this main lobby double door is used by so many people, so you can block off this bottom main stairs by popping that one there. And once you pop that, I mean, it just gives you such an opportunity to be able to look towards kitchen, dining, blue. It does dissipate very quickly, don't forget, so make sure you're ready to move on in after that. Now, another smoke pipe that I really enjoy across this map, I use it very particularly myself, I'm sure you guys will have different uses for it, is this one here in Trophy. Now, the reason I would pop this, especially as a defender, not so much an attacker, but definitely as a defender, is that if I want to challenge onto the Trophy window, but I'm a little bit worried that there's people playing below, maybe towards kitchen, they've come in from West Main, I pop this, and this gives me a really safe opportunity to swing onto anyone that might be holding the rotate cut on Trophy window. The other one on the ground floor that you might want to be able to use is this smoke pipe just here, and this extinguisher is essentially going to block the line of sight over towards games. Now, I only really use this if I think someone's playing in games and I've come up the bottom of blue and I'm an attacker, or maybe it's a bar defense and someone has a mirror over towards this wall and I want to be able to cross towards blue hallway. I'll pop this, and then it gives me safe passage to be able to go challenge into bar if I want to. So that one's particular, but I like it. Now, on the bottom floor has some of my favorite destructibles in the entirety of the map. This one is really good to cover a line of sight from anyone peeking you from blue if you're a defender, and then conversely, if you're an attacker and, well, you haven't been able to get down and peek anyone because they're holding a tight angle either from this pixel here or they're holding it from the blue 90, pop this, get yourself down, hopefully no one smoke bangs you on the way down, and now you've removed this other angle against you. You can just chow the person in blue. So I like that one, especially as an attacker. Defensively, you might use it to be able to buy some time, pop it, and then peek over towards the main wall, over towards Snowmobile wall, so that the blue person doesn't shoot you. Whichever way you use it, I think dual ways, it's really good for both. Now, if you're not using this explosive pipe, you're trolling, because this has got to be one of the best ones as a defender to be able to use. If you're an attacker, please, if you can get rid of this as soon as possible in the round, if you're attacking bottom floor, do it, because defenders will get a lot of usage out of this. You can see if I'm playing maybe with a rotate into trench, it's not a popular strat so more, so maybe it's fully reinforced, but maybe I'm playing over towards West Main Stairs or whatnot, and I come down, playing over towards big garage. Look, the fire goes towards the trench door, so it's troll if you're as a defender and you're not using this. Make sure you destroy it if you're an attacker. That's a really strong one to stop anyone from coming in towards trench, opening up the walls, challenging you, etc. This one, this little smoke pipe as well is an interesting one, because especially if you're an attacker, imagine you're trying to come into trench, you've already destroyed the explosive pipe here, and you want to be able to get in. It's tough because it's a little bit over to the right. I wish Ubisoft would move it here, because as an attacker it would definitely block off a line of sight that would be necessary to move in on, but you can't really shoot it unless you're in. Maybe you might, oh, you can hit the side of it. I take it back. So that's really good too. You can hit the side of that. It does block the initial peak, so it requires someone on West Main to swing down deep to peek you, so I kind of like forcing them to do that, but it also lets you run in a little bit safely if anyone was challenging the angle from over on Laundry. So it's a niche one, and it requires a little bit of a pixel peek for the attackers, and I don't really think as a defender, unless you're running past to flank up West Main, that you're going to use it, so mostly for an attacker. Alright, another one that you are trolling if you do not use as a defender. Of course, it's going to be difficult to play here if trench door is open, but this one, if they're pushing big garage, trench door is still closed, you're feeling safe here, boom. That's a really good one as well. I think The trench one might be a little bit stronger, especially because where you have to defensively position yourself, but this one is a no-brainer to use as they move into big garage, so if you can use that one, I definitely would. It's going to buy you a bit of time. Now that we're on the top floor, it's important for you guys to learn how to be able to block certain lines of sight, and I love this little smoke extinguisher pipe here. This one's going to block over towards cases, over towards piano double. If you're pushing top floor especially, everyone knows that aggressive players love to peek over towards piano, so if you don't have the top blue control yet, coming through library here, popping this, it will give you a little bit of coverage so that you can safely go over to the wall. I will say, however, it only blocks half of the door. So do be careful if someone runs deep out, although hopefully your teammates are covering over towards the library box. So that one's great. I don't think defensively you're really going to ever use it. It's mostly on the attack side you're going to use that one. I just spoke about an attacking extinguisher smoke pipe. However, now I want to talk about one I would use defensively that if it hasn't been popped by the attack. If I'm flanking up blue, little sneaky, cheeky little flank up blue as everyone's taken library and mezzanine already, I come up here. And I know they're probably going to be out there, maybe with the double wall open, or they're trying to get it open. And I want to be able to get the flank. I pop that, and that's going to give me a good little bit of coverage. Some people will use that if there's a line of sight on the wall or a mirror here as an attacker. I've never really had the opportunity where the wall's not already open and I have top floor, so or the top blue stairs. So usually as a defender, I would pop that. It causes chaos. Everyone's going to look towards it, and it should allow me to cross over into library moderately safely. Again, a lot of these smoke pipes or these extinguishers don't cover the full radius of doors, so it's just about giving you that little bit of edge to be able to get through. Now, there is not as many destructible elements or impactful ones on this map as on other maps, but if you can learn how to use them well, especially the ones on the bottom floor, you'll become the master of the destructibles here on Chalet. Let me know what you guys use for your destructibles on Chalet. I'd love to see them below, and whether or not you've got any kills with them. Thank you guys for tuning in to another Destructible Elements in CJX video. Make sure you guys put below exactly what you're using them all for. I'd love to hear about it. Also, make sure you follow all of our socials, PSG Talon R6 on pretty much every single platform. I'm JessGOAT on every single platform. You guys can find us, like, follow, do all of those shenanigans. And make sure that you jump into the Rainbow Six shop, whether it's on the web or whether it's inside of the game, and you go to the esports tab, press on PSG Talon. It's the beautiful red logo with the gorgeous little bird, and then you scroll to the Deimos. We have one of the best skins in the entire game, and I want you guys to be able to make sure that you've got it as well. So see you next episode.